I believed I could and did. I spent most of my life as an aircraft electrician in the military. The work was technical, demanding, and high stakes. Every wire, every circuit, every checklist had to be exact because precision meant safety. My mission was simple: keep the planes in the air and the people who depended on them safe. That chapter in my life, it taught me discipline, resilience, and how to remain calm when everything around me screamed chaos. But while I was keeping everything else running, I wasn't taking care of myself. The stress of life, career, and endless responsibility began to take its toll. I gained weight, over 100 pounds. I grew dependent on medications just to function. The word retirement started creeping into my conversations with doctors, not because I wanted to retire, but because my body was giving out on me. I was surviving, I was not living. One day, I had a thought that stopped me in my tracks. If I had a plane in this condition, would I let it fly? And the answer was no. And yet, that's exactly what I was doing, expecting myself to keep flying without a proper inspection, repair, or rebuild. I needed a manual. But unlike, all those thick binders, the maintenance instruction manuals that I relied on in the hangar, there wasn't one for my life. So I decided to write one. I pulled from the places I knew best: my military training, my engineering background, and my experience as a change management specialist. Slowly, I began piecing together a framework, step by step, the way I would troubleshoot an airplane. That framework became my 6 step process of personal change. And it was the basis for my first book. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't fast, but it was progress. With every step I performed of those 6 steps, I found myself repeating a phrase that grew stronger with time. I believed I could, and I did. As I applied my system, something shifted. I didn't just lose weight or regain energy. I began to believe again. I believed that change was possible. I believed that my story wasn't over. I believed that I could create a life that didn't just survive, but thrived. Belief was the real breakthrough. The truth is, tools and strategies matter, but they only work if you believe you're worthy of using them. Belief is what transforms effort into outcome and doubt into determination. As belief took root in me, a new mission emerged. My mission used to be keeping airplanes in the air. Now, my mission is to help people rise higher than they ever imagined. That calling led me to become a children's book author. But at first, I doubted myself. I wasn't a mother. I wasn't a professional educator. So who was I to write for children? The path wasn't straight. There were moments I wondered if I should even try. But deep down, I held onto a simple truth. I believed I could. Piece by piece, I figured out how, learning, experimenting, and trusting that my story could reach young hearts, even if my path looked nothing like what anyone expected. Instead of wiring aircraft, I help wire young minds with confidence, resilience, and self love. My books and programs are designed to give kids the tools I wish I had when I was younger. The tools to believe in themselves before the world convinces them otherwise. Because I've learned this truth. If we could grow strong, confident kids today, we won't have to fix broken adults tomorrow. This shift in mission gave birth to something even bigger. It's a full blown movement. This book, Believe That You Can, dot. People who believe they could and did, is more than an anthology. It's a manual of possibility, written not by engineers, but by everyday people who believed in themselves and did. In this book, you will read stories of men and women who faced enormous challenges and still found the courage to rise. Some believed they could start a business. Some believed they could heal. Some believed they could break generational cycles, and they did. Their stories are proof that you don't have to be perfect or powerful to create change. You only have to believe. Now, I want to turn the question to you. What dream have you put aside? What challenge feels too heavy to lift? What would happen if you choose today to believe you could? Your story's not finished. And this book isn't about the people who already did. It's about you, the reader, and what you will do next. So let this be your mantra too. I believed I could and did. And now it's your turn.